What's up,
Hey
everybody?
guys.
Thanks for tuning into another. Are you for real? Didn't you have another one to wear?
Yeah.
Where's your more professional Ryan Sensei shirt?
My just other t-shirt.
Exactly. Anyways, get back. You know, guys, most people, I think it would be pretty safe to say that you've probably been dabbling in video games. If you play Airsoft, chances are you probably play some video games. I think it's safe for me to assume this, right?
Yeah, and I would say across the world, Airsoft in general is an 18+ sport, but what's to stop you from playing video games before then, especially shooters, RPGs, and all the like?
Good point, good point. So, you know, keeping with this whole video game theme, you probably read the title of this episode. This is a new series that we're doing called Weapon Crafting.
Yes.
You know, when you're playing an RPG, there's always a certain element, or if you're playing like, man, not even RPGs now, games like Call of Duty, there's like weapon crafting for you to kind of decorate your gun, deck it out, make it crazy, you know, put crazy colors on it. And so what better way to do a series to pay homage to video game culture than to use some of the out-of-the-world parts that we have in our catalog.
Yes. So as many of you know, we have First Factory, Prometheus, and Nine Ball, but we also have external series such as Nitrovo, which we make all the crazy handguards, the grips and everything, a little bit of a sci-fi spin, but they're perfect if you want to make some certain guns that we're coming up with.
That's right. So when we pitched this idea to our producer, believe it or not, sometimes it's actually not me. When we pitched this idea to our producer, Kono-san, that's standing behind the camera right now, he came up with a list that he actually didn't tell us, but it's loaded up on my computer. So we're gonna see what guns we're building or crafting in Airsoft to try to, I would say, make it look as close as possible to the guns from these game series.
Yeah. Nothing 100% the same, but let's see how close we can get.
Inspired by.
Inspired by.
Yes,
Great
inspired by. So let's see what our beloved Kono-san has in store for us.
If you knew how you were going to die, if you died, how would you live your
Aha, of course. You know, I'm surprised that Kono-san, as a bona fide Japanese man, is suggested Halo. I think he just feels bad for us.
Well, you know, he is a Halo fan, and I, you know, ever since I was a kid, Halo 1, been a fan for all the games, even the not so good ones, but Halo, favorite game.
You know, I'm surprised that there are not more Halo themed Airsoft replicas.
Yeah.
I know there's like the assault rifle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised that there's not more. Interesting that he chose this one. And I'm even more surprised that he actually does play Halo with the other, like, what, 5 Japanese people in this country that plays Halo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so excellent choice, our beloved producer, Kono-san. So let's, I guess, let's get to building.
Yeah. See you back in a few minutes. So before I get on to my build first and then Mark's, let's just quickly talk about what inspired it all. So having played Halo 1 all the way up into Halo Infinite, you know, there's a bunch of great guns that Master Chief and all the Spartans get to use. So we also had to go with something that wasn't too sci-fi, since the Halo universe is not so super far in the future. However, you know, the regular old M4 or AK just wouldn't cut it. So as the base gun I took for the inspiration for the Halo gun I built, I went with the Crytek Chris Vector, which is already kind of sci-fi and futuristic. So presenting my gun that I built off of the Crytek Chris Vector using our LayLax parts and a few other things, I present the VK78 Commando. I got it as close as I could get to it looking as cool as it is in Halo Infinite. I would like to make this OD in the future somehow, but that aside, let's talk about how I made this guy. So starting off, we have our Rec 7 hider here. I tried to get it something that's a little more flashy and looks less birdcagey. And then moving on up, we have some extended M4 outer barrel extensions to get that nice length. And then our new M-Lock handguard for the Vector series. We have them in XS, and this is the S size, and then we have a super long one that's a little comedic, but you know, if you want super long guns, that's for you. Moving on up, we have our quick custom magazine release, so you can get those fast reloads in, just like in the game, in 2 seconds or less. And then up here, I used a Firefield red dot sight because it had that nice shape that they usually use with all of the ODST guns, some of the Halo 4 and Halo Infinite guns. And then moving back towards the stock. Now the stock is a little bit different compared to the game, but we have to make some compromises. Using the LayLax buffer tube and vector adapter, we put an M4 stock, original Real Steel Chris M4 type stock for the AR-15, sorry. And that is essentially the externals on how I built the Commando, as I always been a big fan of the battle rifle and the DMR and everything such as that in the game. So yeah, if you like this, go ahead and check out our listing so you can build it yourself. Next, Mark.
So my relationship with Halo is a little bit different than Ryan's. My jumping off point was never Halo 1, Halo 2, even though I did have an interest in those games, I never really got into it. The game that really was the jumping off point for me was Halo 3. Halo 3, my goodness, I think I played an inordinate amount of games and spent an ungodly amount of hours playing this game. And I think, I would certainly hope, many of you can sympathize or understand my feelings when I say, man, waking up in the mornings just was not very easy after a night of Halo with your boys. And to be honest, that kind of helped propel my interest to Airsoft. But there was one game that really stood out that inspired me specifically for my build today, and that is Halo 3 ODST. So I don't think it comes to anybody's surprise that this was my inspiration, the Halo ODST SMG, to which I have it built off of a Tokyo Marui AEP base, and well, this is what it looks like. And so here it is. This is my Halo 3 ODST inspired SMG. Now, as I previously stated, this guy has got an MP7 AEP base from Tokyo Marui. First thing you're gonna see here is our buffer tube adapter that adapts to a Picatinny stock base. This allows you to kind of get this nice robust look. Now, I was looking for a stock that's kind of almost like an elephant's foot. And well, this one from SIG works really well. And it does really complete the look. The front end of it, now, of course, the MP7 doesn't come at an angle, it actually goes straight, but if you just kind of leave it here like that, it completes the look really well. Now, I've also added an IGUS protector here with the HUD that looks like, well, things you'd see like on your SMG in the game. Of course, there's no red dot on here. It's purely for aesthetics, but if you just want the look, here it is. Now, the magazine, there's no magazine, but the magazine I would highly recommend is the Flush Fit AEP magazine. And then just like that, you too can live out your ODST fantasies. You know, when I saw you building this, I was like, man, that actually does look like the Commando. That really does. I was when you were telling me about the build, I was slightly skeptical, not gonna lie.
Yeah, because you know, it's always hard to not just see the Chris Vector when you look at it.
Yeah.
But then when you compare them side by side, you kind of see the resemblance, especially in the lower receiver.
Yes. You're absolutely right on that one. Yeah, I think that's a good build, man. It's also, I'd say it's 100% viable. With like the Flush Fit magazine, it looked just like it.
Yes, so as there's no magazine right now, there is the flush fit with the small capacity, but hey, you know, it's not always about winning. It's sometimes like, you just gotta make it look cool, because that's half the battle.
Yes, looking cool is indeed half the battle. Well, that was interesting. Episode 1 to this new weapon crafting series that we have. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope that gave you guys some ideas to build guns that are a little bit more out of the box, not just, like you said, your standard fanfare of AK, AR-15, MP5, so on, so on, so on.
Yeah, so let us know down in the comments, like if you guys have any base guns, what brand, whatever, that you want us to try, and then maybe a game. We'll try to see what we can do with our parts, maybe some other real steel parts, whatever, to make it as close as possible.
Yes.
Make it cool.
I mean, I think we do have something lined up next week from our dearest producer.
Yes.
I don't know what curveballs he's gonna throw us, but hey, we're not done yet.
Nope.
So before we wrap this episode up, guys, we want to get you guys involved. I'm gonna take these pictures of our guns and I'm gonna upload it to our social media. So follow us on Instagram as well as Facebook. Now, before the launch of episode 2, we're gonna have a poll. Which one looked closer to the source material and which one would you run on a field? So hey, don't forget to follow us on social media so you can be involved in the making of this series.
Yeah.
And if you haven't done so, please subscribe.
Absolutely, please.
Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell, share this with your friends, share this with other people that may enjoy video games, that have never tried Airsoft, that you can also do this kind of stuff in Airsoft that can pay homage to your favorite game. So until the next episode, guys, stay frosty, you know, take it easy, get your kill streaks going.
Yeah. Hey, and stay happy with that tech, and make sure you make those guns as cool as possible, because like we just said, if it ain't cool, what's the point?
That's right. See you next time.
Catch you later.